Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Black 20. Black 49. Walk the pass. Walk the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Kill.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Safarian Jenkins has it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's coming. We got double up. Stop. That's in. Bud.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Check 50. Check 55 to Mike. Middle. Army. Kick that.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Watch the curve. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Mike. 19. Check.
56.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Who that? Check 99. Check.
Hey, tight.
Check, go get him.
Here we go.
Allen now on third and goal. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Hey, watch this.
First carry for James Conner. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Alert! Hey, home.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, and his pass incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating, because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
I'm coming for you, son. Check nickel.
Alert!
Ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's low. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
That's it.
Miami!
55. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the 1st quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
We got 4. Watch the eye.
Middle. Half.
Going for it on 4th down. Allen. Open man here is Foster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Regular.
March 50.
Allen now on 1st down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, Coleman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Mike.
Check 55, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. 6-6, pull it high.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
One will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Don't say nothing. 56, 56. Half 85, half 85. Hey, high 7.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Half 85, half 85.
On first down, Allen being chased out left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's been a long day for you. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. No foul.
Here's Connor. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go, here we go. Black 20.
49. You got nothing to win. You got nothing.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Check 24. Check 24.
Check 16.
On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, hey, hey. You got 3. You got 3. 3
Regular.
50.
Allen off the play fake. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's low. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Alert. Alert. 3 down. 3 down. Hey.
Alert. Stop.
Coleman. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman.
That's it, baby.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's low. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Allen going to throw. Complete to Jones. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though.
Check the backer, check the backer. Mike's 50, Mike.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This is Coleman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, a run with Connor. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Mike, 49.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Connor. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Get that protein, Spill.
Get that quarterback. Kill. He's chucking.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's see what you got. Hatchet.
Now a toss. This is Connor. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Allen's throw caught by Jones. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Big stop, let's go. Check safety.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with the lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Coleman. Past the 20. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Kevin Coleman. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Easy.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Allen now looks to throw, escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Hey, orbit.
On the draw play, Coleman. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. It's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Here it comes, here it comes. He goes to you, it's you. It comes to me, it's me. 55 is mine, guys.
On 1st down, Coleman. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 34. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Roethlisberger now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end McDonald. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Quarter.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On play action, Allen. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief with a catch. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bills' 20-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Hey, let's go. Here we go. Check 13.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready? Black 30. No foul.
I'm going for
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Shoot. Wide. Get wide. Slam.
50. Black, one back.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. Oh, good move. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Hey, tight.
Hey, turn it up. Watch it.
Allen to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Focus, defense, focus.
Back to throw. Allen. Dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Five wide.
Mike's 50.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. You better. 56.
Tighten up.
From midfield, here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Check tight.
Pass. Mike 50.
Oh, you get on there.
Hey, home.
Hey, Haywood.
Check.
Now Allen. He completes it to Jones. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. This from Tom Dempsey range here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
How will they handle it? Let's find out. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. This fielded at the 2. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. But that's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is in for the